Hey, what is up, Pastor of Muppets and Master of Puppets? In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at this dude, Legacy United Armorizer Shard. Yeah, and rather than do the full unboxing, because I kind of did one earlier, and it's a long story, I won't really go into it, but by the way, doesn't he look kind of like Springer slash Metapod over here? Right? And so when you get this dude, this is the dude that comes like fresh out of the box. This is how he's packaged. But he does come with a bunch of these things. This is all inside the accessory burrito in there. You know, that little piece of tissue paper that has the Autobot logo or Decepticon logo or whatever. He comes with 2 of these. And these are the little wrist or arm cannon blaster stuff. But hey, for those of y'all watch Dune, don't it look like the name of that worm? Anyway, yeah. Sandworm blasters on the side. He comes with 4 rotors and they come off. They look great, except for the fact that they cannot hold it in their fist. Why? They put a little tab on the end of this thing. And I'm sure there are reasons for it. I mean, you can do that. So he's kind of like, yo. But there will be no, like, slashing motions, you know? And yeah, and that's fine because this does fit in here. But you know what? Without that little tab, it would have fit in there just fine too. But you know, I'm not like the Hasbro designers aren't dumb. You know, this is all done intentionally. There's a reason why this has a tab. I don't know what that reason is. It's probably some type of safety thing or something like that. Because I remember I asked Mark Mary, you know, one of the Hasbro designers, about Wingfinger. Wingfinger has the way the top and the bottom half of the torso connect, there is kind of like this pentagram half circle, this weird looking peg. And I asked him, I was like, why don't y'all just make that like 5 milli? And I don't recall exactly what he said, but it was something to the effect of some type of safety standard. So again, these guys aren't dumb. Hasbro is not stupid, but there's a reason for that. But it's unfortunate because now only characters like Tarn or other folks with like open fists can really kind of utilize this as a sword like this. And that's too bad. But yeah, he comes with some shin guards. There aren't any. Hey, are these different? Oh, they are. I thought they were identical, but no. One's BL1 and one's BL2. I wonder if that stands for like bot leg 1 and bot leg 2. Oh, I see. They're mirror images of one another. That's why they're different. Really cool, like crystalline painting on them. You can see the gradient from the dark to light to almost like yellow on the bottom. And so the paint that they have on this guy, and also just the aesthetics, the texture and everything, it's just as nice as Magnius, you know? Like, where is Magnius? Can't find him right now. But even Magnius has tons of like different shades of gray. The texturing and the aesthetic on him is really nice. And he follows suit. He's really good. As an armorizer, he does have some gimmicks. I would say better than both Magnius and I was about to say Crash Bar, Boulder Crash. And, excuse me, 1 second. Sorry about that. I had to savagely burp. All these bits come off. And this is really the weird part. So the first weird part is this thing. So yes, it's cool that it plugs into there. Wonderful. Strange that it does not plug into the character's hands, like I just mentioned. This is also really bizarre in that this kind of looks like some type of snail with an elongated neck, or some stag beetle or something like that. This could have been some type of weapon, you know? They could have made it like removable somehow, but it's not. And I almost want to believe that at some point there were designs to have this come off right here. It almost looks like it, you know, but no. It's on this kind of like knuckle joint that it kind of gets stuck over here, and then you can pull it down, but it's a very bizarre piece. Yeah. I mean, necessary, of course. It's bizarre that it doesn't do more than this. And again, I'm not really sure why that doesn't come off, but I'm sure there are reasons, my friends. And in terms of the individual parts that come off, we have ports at the bottom of the feet. Look, ports, bottom of the feet. Magnius does not have that. He doesn't have ports on the side like the Junkions would, but he does have them on the front of the shin, and so I'm pretty grateful, especially with how I don't know. Magnus isn't that great for building. He's a great toy, but he's not as a building toy. The arms are pretty basic. There's one port over here and there's a peg up top. They're not as versatile as crash bars. They don't go both ways. There isn't a port on the inside. There isn't a port on the back of the arm. Like crash bar's arms are one of my favorite build pieces, to be completely honest. And yeah, they did their best, but maybe not. But it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so there are certainly some limitations. This is interesting in that we got the sandworm mouth on the front. There's another port over here, and there's a peg over here. But I'm going to go more into this during the deep dive. I've already said my piece regarding the swords and regarding the shin bits. Like, yeah, these are all fine. There's no design over here, but again, you're never really going to be looking at the underside of this. And so, yeah, it is what it is. So, all right. So I'm going to put this dude back together. I will do a proper deep dive on these, on the armorizers. But for now, let me just show you how this dude transforms. And the transformation is fun. And there is actually a very, very unique piece that gets revealed during the transformation. And, you know, trust me, I want to believe more than anyone else out there that there is some type of hidden combining gimmick. I don't think there is, but nonetheless, you know, I'm going to try to keep the faith alive. And yeah, well, we'll see. So we start by spinning this stuff, his shins, bring this up, and then tab these bits together. And then from there, and by the way, dude, like this is so well done. Do you see how even the translucent glass has like this crystalline motif and design on the inside? That is just so cool. I can't say enough good things about the aesthetics and the paint and all of this stuff. They're really beautiful toys. They really, really, really are. And again, that's why it just makes me even more sadder that Magnus is so inflexible. Okay, so the really, really cool part is this bit right over here, the waist. So you're going to untab that, and then you're going to untab it a second time so that it actually comes off. And dude, what you see right there, that is a 5mm port, my friends. And this is a 5mm peg. Get the cup out of here, right? They could have used other things to make this connect, but they used a 5. And I'm really hoping to Unicron that there is some type of hidden thing. And as I mentioned before, you will not see Hasbro endorsing any type of official mode unless it's like a Menasor or something like that. And the reason why they're not going to endorse an official mode is if for whatever reason you try to build it at home and it is an endorsed piece and it's too loose or it's not going to fit together, it is not going to fulfill the product offering. And then users will be able to, customers will be able to file complaints with Hasbro, refund stuff, et cetera, et cetera. That's why there is no official endorsement, even of the the fossilizer combiner. Even though the bits were baked in, because the wing finger face was already baked into the Ractinite head had the space for the wing finger face before any of this happened, but still, they can't go on record and say this is an official mode. It always has to be, this is one of Mark's fan modes and stuff. Otherwise, they're going to be held liable. So that's why you will never see them come out and officially endorse something unless they're ready to do so. Yeah, unless they're truly ready to do so. So anyway, got lost over there. Got lost in the weeds. So we're going to pull this up. We're going to have that flattened down. It's really, really cool. This double kind of like window design. I really, really like these guys a lot. Yeah, and I'm hoping that I can just do more with them with regard to building. All right. So this part over here, you're going to turn this, and I think you're going to turn it one more time. And so you want it so that the port is facing downward, because ultimately the port's going to face up to the side. And I think, actually, before you do the arms, you got to bring this bit forward. And then there are these tabs, and they're going to tab into that bit right there. It's a nice tight fit, and once that's done, everything just kind of holds in place. And then from here, you're going to fold this up, and that little this cavity over here is going to plug into that little tab. He has a lot of like interlocking tab systems, like even over here. You see that bit? There's a little tab inside there. That's going to fill into the cavity of the arm. And then so you just kind of fold this in. There's going to be some friction, like it's going to rub against some stuff, but that's fine. Like, yeah, and that's in there. And this is how it's going to look. And then from there, you bring down the tail. You're going to feel that knuckle joint kind of give. And then from here, you can just kind of layer everything on. I don't believe you need to remove these parts to make it transform. However, it is just smoother that way. And I think, yeah. See, there's that little groove right over here. That's going to be the groove for this bit. You see that? Yeah, there we go. And then the arm just kind of sunk in place too. And boom, there we are. There we are. And there we are. And finally, we have the last rotor. And even the rotor has this cool, like, you can see that they're just not flat blades. They have these kind of like raised edges that truly make them feel like they were sculpted out of rock. So again, hats off. Really, really great work by the designers in creating this kind of, like, this is really interesting in that, like, Magnius looks very different from Boulder Crash, and he does too. Like, this truly looks like some type of like crystalline growth and shard. And so even though the name sounds a little inappropriate, like shard, like shard is pretty cool, and I feel like appropriate for I hope that's not a bad word. uh, he's pretty cool for what he is, but I'm really excited to oh, you know what, hey, I didn't see this. Yeah, he kind of got some like Waspinator vibes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's probably the green and yellow. But if somebody told me that this was like multiverse Waspinator and kind of like, you know, like a different version of him, dude, I'd buy that, dude. Because isn't there a version of Waspinator, or maybe that's a third party where he's like a helicopter and stuff? But anyway, I'd buy that. Yeah, but that's him. That's him. I'm gonna pop this open later tonight when I mess with all three. But yeah, here's our guy, and stick around. Maybe I'll release it on the same day. Maybe I'll see it in a couple of hours. But I am gonna do the deep dive on all three armorizers, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Appreciate you. Oh man, that was horrible. I thought it was gonna go like tuk 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 tuk. Oh hey, there we go. Bye.